Electricity is going to be done by Nebraska Public Power down there, or whatever that's power. Indian War. Family life.
I did that the first year.
We're hoping for citizen in the community. And then if we can get Nebraska Game and Parks on board, we're going to do fish and wildlife management. So some new
Should work for you now.
or in September. Yes. It hasn't been sent out yet because she's waiting on.
Do I need a www?
No, you shouldn't.
You know which one?
Okay, I've got one. I got to remove it.
I think they'll offer both morning and afternoon.
There's a couple in there.
Well, fish and wildlife is good because it goes to the, yeah.
Okay, we have you.
Okay.
Okay, we have you.
Okay.
Okay, we have you.
November, Deer season. Was it? You didn't have to share it. It was 9 at the museum. It was a share. It was 9 at the
You're on one person.
Yeah, September 27th. Yeah, September 27th. And then she's going to serve lunch, but I think she can serve lunch, but. I want to pick up some that we haven't seen. So I would really, my guy, I got a guy that lives out there that are close to it.
And I want to introduce to you Lynn Eddy. Introduce to you Lynn tonight.
Alrighty, is everybody don't really like microphones. Is everybody, can everybody hear us, see us? You all ready? I just want to introduce myself a little bit again. My name is Lynn Eddy. I have been with Scouts for many years. I have 3 kids, 3 boys that are, I have 4 kids, but 3 boys are in Scouts. 2 of them are Eagles, and the third is,
Excuse me.
Would it be possible for
Your
you guys
audio.
to mute your mics? We're getting echoes back from some of you.
okay.
Your audio is barely audible.
Does that mean I have to speak closer?
It's because a bunch of you have your mics going on and we're hearing an echo back to us. So what we need is if you can, mute your mics at all the other sites. Can I'm still hearing myself talk.
It's like 3 echoes. Is everybody ready?
I can get that in my own.
Yes. There, you have the thing for the Wi-Fi. Okay, let's try this again. Can you hear me now? Well, everybody has their mic off. Okay. Okay. Echo the whole time. It's driving me nuts. All right, I want to start the evening.
I'm sure everyone's getting the same thing. We're hearing each thing about 3 times.
In our
Including
technical
our
guy
own
just
audio.
He left, so I don't know what to say about that one. I guess we'll just have to go ahead with the echoing because I'm not sure what we need to do with that. I have kind of a strange sense of humor, and I don't know, everybody probably knows about the Boys Life magazine that comes to your Scout, and my big thing is to open it up to the joke portion and read jokes. And I found one a while back that I thought was very good to start this off with. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Any ideas? Where's my popcorn? Y'all are supposed to laugh. Okay, so now come on, we got to be a livelier group. Alrighty, let's get started. Why do we sell popcorn? One, it's a safe environment for our scouts to sell popcorn. Everybody knows about it, kind of like Girl Scout cookies. It's an easy way for our units to make money, to help our budgets so we don't have to ask parents all the time for money. One statistic that I think is really cool, 9 out of 10 people will buy. The first thing you got to do is ask, will you help me get to camp? I'm selling popcorn. And out of that, 9 out of 10 will repeat buy. So if you've still got those, your order sheets from the year before, keep contacting those people. Say it's that time of year again. It's time to buy some popcorn. What can I put you down for this year? And it's a good snack food too. It also, like I said, it helps to fund that great scouting program that each one of our units has, so we can have a good scouting year. The 2014 product line. This is going to come in bags or boxes. The only thing that is going to be in a tin this year is the Husker tin. Otherwise, it's going to come in the bags you see there, or like the microwave popcorn, come in the boxes. Here's our product line. Again, we're going to have the military, the Husker tin. When you get down to the caramel corn with almonds and pecans, you'll notice in red that it's a new formulation of that one. At the top of the far column there, the chocolatey caramel crunch was in a mix. Now you can buy it individually. And the cheddar cheese corn is now white cheddar instead of yellow cheddar. So your hands will have white powder on them instead of yellow, the orange powder. One cool thing is popcorn for our troops. And I have come across somebody somewhere recently told me that they had a friend that was a scout that is in the military. I think it was in the reserves or something, maybe the National Guard. But they did receive scout popcorn, and they were just so impressed with that because they were in the scouting program and stuff too. So if you have your handbook, your popcorn kernel handbook, on page 12, it gives some information about popcorn for our troops. I just wanted to say that this is the 8th year that we have had the military popcorn. And it gives some statistics there that consumers have donated over $40 million worth of popcorn to our U.S. troops, and that it really does go around the world wherever we have troops. So I thought that was pretty cool, and that consumers have placed over 98,000 orders online. So it doesn't matter if it's in our popcorn season or not. They can still order it online. Thought that was a pretty cool thing. Product line. These are the prices for our products this year. And got those. Again, those ones in red, the caramel corn with almonds and pecans has been reformulated. I don't know why I had the dark and white chocolatey drizzle. because I didn't think that was the one that you could get. Anyway, so again, those are the things. Your commissions, 28% base commission on your sales. How many are popcorn kernels themselves? Okay, because of the popcorn kernels that do come to the training, you get an additional 4% added to your commission. Anybody can come to the popcorn training, but if you want that extra 4%, you have to be a popcorn kernel, and so make sure that we've got your name down. If you take the cash option instead of the prizes, this does not include the bonus prizes, but the prizes from High Adventure Gear, you would get 3%. One thing that I would like to say about that just right now, if your unit has always taken that cash option, you may want to try the prizes. Don't assume that the boys don't want prizes, because they may sometime. You know, you may want to give them the option and just change it up this year. Do something a little different. Distribution details. You are in your handbook, in your Colonel handbook on page 4. I do want to make a notation that the Grand Island time has changed. It's 2 to 6. I believe in your book it says 2 to 7, but it is 2 to 6. This website that is in blue here, otc-bsa.org/popcorn, is where you can get forms, whatever. That's if you have questions about popcorn, you can go there, and most likely it will be answered. Your questions will be answered there. Any questions so far about anything?
And that's where you'll register to go to what distribution site that you want to get your, for your, pick up your popcorn in November. So we're going to kind of do like we did last year. We're going to have time slots, so it's going to be very important for you to try to register so that we know where your popcorn needs to go and what time you're going to pick up.
It all comes on a great big semi, and that semi stops at all the distribution points, and so it's very important that you do sign up for your distribution point so that your unit's popcorn gets dropped off at the right place. Otherwise, we will all be scrambling around trying to get your popcorn to the right people. So again, use that website to sign up where you want your popcorn dropped off, and sign up for a time that you'll be there to pick it up. Tips for a successful 2014 popcorn sale. What makes it a successful sale? First off, your attitude is everything. You know, we need to be, as I'm just like standing here, we need to be excited about selling popcorn. Don't assume that the boys are, oh my gosh, we're going to sell popcorn again, because, you know, they may not. We want to get them excited. We want to get them motivated. We want some great sales in popcorn. What we need to do, there's just a few steps to help you on your way. You need to plan your program. What is my unit going to do this year? We need to make a budget, because how much does each boy need to sell? You don't know that if you don't have a budget as to how much, we want to be able to provide for our boys. So plan your programs and set a goal. Make sure that goal is not just our unit needs $1,000. Take it down to the boy level, because if you had 10 boys, it's much easier to say we need each boy to sell $100. That's sometimes easier to digest than, I have to come up with $1,000. Break it down in small increments. So take it down to the scout level. Do your unit budget, your big number, and then divide it by the number of boys that you have. Keep your scouts motivated, again, with those incentives, whether those incentives be the prizes from Great Adventure, High Adventure has, or if something in your unit. I know somebody that their cub master kind of had long hair, and he said, if my unit can sell $10,000 worth of popcorn, the highest seller of popcorn gets to shave my head. And he had his head shaved because they met that goal. Maybe, we have these den leaders, and the boy that sells the most popcorn gets to throw a pie in the den leader's face. It can be, something like that. Maybe you give them a certificate to mini golf or to go bowling. Sometimes it doesn't have to be, real expensive. Sometimes, that really cool flashlight, if the top seller can have this really cool flashlight, and when we go camping, you got your own flashlight there. So build your popcorn kickoff. You got to be excited in that kickoff, and if you go to Trails End, they have, I'll explain a little bit of that later, that's your one-stop shop. They have ideas for you that you can help to have a good kickoff. You constantly want to communicate with those scouts and their parents. I know for cubs, they're kind of good about bringing things home to mom and dad. Here, I have this note. But you get into the Boy Scouts, and sometimes, it gets lost someplace along the way. So you need to motivate those scouts, whether it be at each meeting, and visit those dens and say, how are we doing? Who's got their first sales sheet completed? Or, how much are you selling? How many houses did you go out to today? Or how many sales did you have today? Especially go to those troop meetings too and inspire those boys. Our troop wants to go on a high adventure camping. We want to go to the Black Hills this next summer. So we need some really good popcorn sales. So we're not asking you for $500. We're only going to ask you for $150 because we've sold the rest of it from the commissions of our popcorn. Communicate with those parents. There is a letter. I have a slide a little bit later on that you can hand out to people that has the deadlines or, the dates on there so they know when to sell. And the only way that you can achieve your goal is to take that first step and get out there and sell the popcorn. You got to make that first sale, and it will get them excited to keep going. Again, your commission from your popcorn sale can help your unit have a really good year. This one, the bar graph, the yellow one is, our troop or our unit needs $138 to work this summer, or this year. That's the things we have planned. Their popcorn commission gave them $52. So now, boom, all they got to come up with is $86. And I know as a parent being hounded all the time, can you give a little money? Can you give it a little money? Oh, we want to go on this camp out, such and such. It's much easier. I would actually much rather go and sell popcorn with my son than write a check for me. Again, set that goal and set it at a scout level. What do you expect each scout to sell? And 44% of the parents say that their scout sets a goal. And I will tell you from personal experience, if I just say, okay, here's the popcorn sheet. Okay, we got 3.5 weeks to sell. Okay, let's kind of look at the calendar. Oh, I think we can do it this day and this day. And it doesn't get put on the calendar and the thing just gets stuck on the refrigerator. How much does my son sell? About $100. But if I say, okay, on Saturday we are going to go to such and such little subdivision. Boys, I want you to send out some emails for some online selling and set those goals and really consistently help him out like that. And again, making him accountable for doing it. He can sell $600-700 real easy. So again, those scouts that do set their goals do sell more than the scouts that don't set a goal. Easy way to, this slide is just showing $750, how to make $750. Well, first, in the 3 for $150. He's going to sell online. I know for our family, all of our family, it doesn't live around here. It's the grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles and stuff. So online selling is important. You can send out, once the boy sets up his account, he can send out emails and say, hey, I'm selling popcorn. Will you help me out? I want to pay my way to camp this next summer. Can you buy some popcorn? They have it sent directly to them. Another way is by talking to your family and friends. You know, Sue, my son is selling popcorn. Would you like to buy some? Just today I had an example, and I didn't realize how much it really mattered. But I was with some women, and we were talking about those cards like the football teams sell sometimes, that if you're for $10 and you get the card and you can, use it here and there for such and such off. Those ladies were saying, well, nobody's come to my house. Well, I was waiting for somebody in my neighborhood to come, but nobody came. Right there, it just shows. All you got to do is ask. So people are ready to buy. You just got to get out there and ask them. And then the third is going around your neighborhood. The first week that we can sell, get those boys out in the neighborhood. Your neighbors, we've all been busy this summer. And it's great to touch back with those neighbors, get them out in your neighborhoods. And I mean, that's an easy way, like it says, to come up to sell $750. Got to motivate those scouts. Okay. I talked about the pie in the face. Top seller prizes. I have seen before, I have been in units where the top seller gets a little 2-man tent. I have seen in Cub Scouts that the top seller gets a bag chair, and they have stitched his name on the back of it. Be creative with that stuff. What do your boys like? Put that carrot out there. Maybe the top den that sells, or patrol that sells, hey, we'll have pizza before the next meeting. Come a little early. And backpacks, camping, that kind of stuff. And you might want to do, okay, boys, so I want you to set your individual goal. And if they say, $100, let's be creative and say, oh, come on, Johnny, you can sell more than that. Let's shoot for blah, blah, blah. Let's shoot for $600. Looking at their prizes, the things that are available. And keep going back to those meetings and asking, hey, Johnny, are you closer to that goal? So I don't know why, but everybody always likes a pie in the face. And there's just something about throwing a pie in somebody's face. Another thing that does not get talked about very often, which in the economy today, oh my gosh, I've got 2 kids in college. The scholarship, very, very important. Boy Scouts will provide scholarship money. The only thing that the boy has to do, first year, you have to sell $2,500 worth of popcorn. After that, every year you sell after that, maybe the next year you only sell $1,000, they will give you 6% of your sales and put it into a scholarship fund that you can use. Again, it's not talked about very much, but oh my gosh, that's, get out there that first week and start doing, have your boy set the goal, okay, I'm going to talk to 4 people a day, and they can reach that $2,500 and no problem, easy. If, let me go back to that one, if you need to know who in your unit has sold the $250. If they do it as a Tiger, oh my gosh, how easy is that? Then anywhere all the way up to Eagle, it gets put in their scholarship. If you need to know who in your unit has achieved that first $2,500, you need to call the council office. They will have that information for you. They will be able to, maybe there's somebody that is no longer in your unit that has sold. That would be a great opportunity to call them and say, before you have sold, such and such amount of popcorn. You have this scholarship money. Have you ever thought about coming back and joining our unit and being involved in Scouts again? Okay. Bonus prizes. $750, and you're going to get a $10 Scout Buck card. That Scout Buck is used in our council shop. You can go, and there's been some confusion on this. You do not have to be there in person. You don't have to go to the Scout shop in person to use that. If you go to scoutstuff.com, find what you want there, get the item number, that kind of stuff, the description and stuff. Call the council office. You can order it through the council office. You can use your gift card. And the council office will order it for you and have it sent to you directly. The other great thing about that gift card and using it through our council office are two things. Our council office gets credit for that sale. And then also, if your unit happens to be a Gold Star unit from Friends of Scouting, you can also use that discount too there. On page 12 of your guidebook, Colonel guidebook, it tells about the danger experience and some of the other incentives. If you sell $1,550 worth of popcorn, you can do the Nebraska Danger. If you sell $2,000, you get a $75 bonus card, which is either to Amazon, Walmart, or More Scout Bucks gift card there. Earlier, I talked about any questions so far, I guess I should ask. I think I need to wait a minute because it takes our satellite people.
On the bonus prizes, they can earn each one of those, correct? If we have Scout sells 2,000, they would get all levels or just the 2,000 level?
Lori, if they sell $2,000, they get all the levels. They back to this one here. If they sold $2,000, they don't only get the $75 gift card, but they can also do the Danger Experience. Right. And they get the $10 gift card.
Right.
Okay, so you sell $2,000, you're going to get $85. If you chose the Scout Bucks, you would get $85 plus go to the Danger. And if you're a Gold Star unit, then you get that percentage off, and you can buy some cool stuff at the Scout Shop.
And on the Danger, if you guys noticed, it went up to $1,550. We kind of revamped that, and as some of the later slides, it'll show some of the things that we are offering with that. And so we'll explain that a little bit later. We do not have the Husker Experience this year. So.
We have the Danger Experience. Okay. Talked a little bit ago about how crucial a kickoff is. I mean, how excited are you to go out and sell something if somebody just gives you an order form and says, here it is, go out and sell popcorn. Make it exciting for them. Make it maybe into a carnival theme or a movie theme with popcorn, that kind of stuff. It should be about 30 minutes long, and play your games. Plan it out in advance so you know what you're doing. Again, make it fun and festive. It's going to be a good time had by all. That's where you get your parents involved there so they know what's expected of their boys. You might want to have giveaways and prizes. Again, they can be easy giveaways, like maybe a glow necklace or something, maybe you want to have a glow theme and that kind of stuff. and this is where we're going to prepare our scouts, especially those younger little cubs who maybe have only done this once or twice or never done it before. You just don't want to go up and say, will you buy some popcorn? Although they have really cute little faces, and that's what I always hear from the Boy Scouts, that everybody wants to buy from a Cub Scout. He's cute. But when you get up to high school, so, do some role play with them. And help them gain confidence in selling. The page 6 of our book gives you some ideas. Wait a minute. That was the wrong page. Okay. But one thing that's important on this slide that I want to tell you about is those training videos and just your one-stop shop at trails-end.com. Go on that website and it'll give you, like I said, the training videos. It'll have the parent handout that all you got to do is fill out the dates and stuff. For the parents. And so, just invest a little time in making it an exciting thing to sell popcorn, because it really is good. When I talk about role playing and helping your scout learn how to sell popcorn, again, who wants to buy anything when they come knocking on your door? Would you like to buy some popcorn? Well, who's selling the popcorn? How much is it? Blah, blah, blah. So why not say, hey, my name's Johnny and I'm a Tiger Cub and I'm with Cub Scout Pack 7 and this summer I want to go to our local camp and go camping, but to get there I need to sell some popcorn. Do you think you could help me out by buying some popcorn? I mean, I would much rather buy from somebody that's excited about it and telling me why they want to sell it or why they are out there. So do some role play with that. Again, online selling is important too. And I'm not the most techno person, and so sometimes I kind of get scared of the computer. But just, you won't break it if you just go online and set it up and set up the account for each boy. You as the popcorn kernels can view, we'll talk a little bit later about that, you can see if anybody has ordered online. Okay, so online started August 1st and it goes through November 4th, okay, those online sales. I was talking about communicating with the parents. This is a picture of, I know it says 2013, but they do have one that says 2014. I just didn't exactly know how to import it to the slide, so I'm using an old slide. But it still says the same things. You can give the dates. You can put on there, the goal that, our unit wants to go to the zoo and stay overnight, and we need everybody's help by selling $500 worth of popcorn. Again, it tells them about online sales. It is your one-stop shop, trails-end.com. That's where you're going to check your online selling. That's where you're going to place your orders. It has budget planners on there and training videos and tutorials that you can pass on to your units. Other strategies and tips. One thing that I have found as a parent going out and selling popcorn, I really appreciate it when our popcorn kernel says, okay, I've taken a Saturday and I've scheduled Saturday such and such, and we are going to meet, and I need some parents to drive, and I will have maps, and this is where we're going to go. Boom, get it done in one day. Again, that's planning on the popcorn kernel's part, but organize selling areas that you can get out there. Again, those scouts need to get in their own neighborhoods the first week. That's really important because that boosts their confidence. Your neighbors most likely going to buy from you because it's your neighbor, and just get them really excited. Hey, Mom, I got my first sale, or I just completed my first order form. Hopefully you have your order forms from past years. Sometimes popcorn kernels take copies of those and have them available. And so see if you're popcorn, or if you are the popcorn kernel, if you have any of that information, tell them 9 out of 10 people are repeat customers, and hand them those order forms that they have had before. Unit incentives. Get with your committee and say, okay, I'm committed to this. I'm going to do a great kickoff. I'm going to keep my boys motivated. Now I need your help as a committee. What are some prizes that we can come up with? They can also help you do your budget. What do we want to do? And maybe you want to have a celebration at the end in January and say, man, we had an awesome year of selling popcorn. Thank you, everybody. And do your recognition then. Any questions? Time for a joke. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just my sense of humor here. Oh, okay. Key dates that we need to remember. One is, when does popcorn start? It starts September 24th. You beat me. You are ahead of me. Oh my gosh. Thank you. It is different this year by 1 week. A couple reasons. One, surrounding people around us, like Kansas, Omaha. Now we are in line with them. The other thing is that for us, we get funding from United Way. United Way has been gracious enough to forward it a week, because there's usually that blackout period that they don't want any kind of fundraising, because they're trying to fundraise. So we don't want to take away from them because they support us. And they have graciously said, we'll give you an extra week. So it is different this week. Some boys that went to Popcorn University. Was there a question?
Startup date?
What is the startup date?
September 24th, you can begin selling.
Okay.
The boys that went to Popcorn University, was it last weekend? They got to sign up do their online sales. They got signed up for that, and they were also handed sales order forms. The order forms have been blacked out. So, even though they have the order form, they aren't selling it yet either. The sale ends November 4th. You as a popcorn kernel, do you want to tell your boys that it ends the 4th? No. Because you have to have your order in by noon on the 4th. You have to have your prizes. You have to order your prizes, which are your patches too, and your popcorn order in by noon on the 4th. So I would greatly suggest several days before the 4th, maybe the 1st or something, however, long you think it will take you to do all the accounting for your boys and stuff. Deadline to sign up for your distribution location and time. What time are you going to come pick up your popcorn? November 16th. The distribution is November 21st. And so you can begin, if you want, on that day, depending on what time you send it, or for sure the next day. You can begin delivering on November 22nd. And they should be completed by December 8th. Because there's always those people that are never home. December 9th, the money is due to the council office.
As soon as the truck unloads.
Do we have a question?
No, the timing for delivery date.
I think they're just talking. In February or March, we will have an evaluation of the 2014 sale, good and bad things. We want to know what we did good. What did you like about this? What did your unit do that was positive? And then there's always those, oh, well, I think we could do this better. And we're going to start the sale of the 2015 popcorn sales. Let's see. Oh, if you do not order your prizes by November 4th, or the popcorn, put your order in by the 4th, that holds up everybody. The council office isn't going to order them right on the 4th, or verify it, but they want to make sure everybody has their order in before it is finalized. So very important that you have it in by the 4th. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, what all has to be submitted and that kind of stuff. Any questions? Nothing, I don't think. From
November 16th is the...
November 16th is your deadline to sign up for your distribution center and the time that you're going to pick it up.
When can you begin signing up for it?
Right now.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning. Well, I don't care unless you want to do it at midnight tonight too, but yes, you can start now
Okay.
on that one.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, one more. What do you get when you cross a fish and an elephant? Everybody's going, swimming trunks. Anyway, okay, we'll go on. How to use our ordering system. This is where you're going to go to Trails End, trails-end.com. You will be given a username and password. It will be the same one as last year, unless you're a new colonel, and then it's still going to be last year's, but you'll have to change it. So, but this one you can change, but initially you will get that tonight.
Should be on your pink sheet.
I almost said white sheet because...
Should be on the pink sheet here. And if it isn't your name or your email address or any of your information on there, please write on there your correct information.
Oh, you can hold it right there's the camera.
So if you all have a pink sheet, and if the information on the pink sheet is not correct, we need you to correct the information, and then we will have to manually change it, and then you'll be able to log in.
Okay.
Is there any questions?
And it can be, when you go to trails-end.com, it can be as complex as you want it to be, in that, one, you can just order your popcorn there. But if you would like to know more, what is each scout doing, there's reports that you can print, you can track sales. That's also where you go to look for online sales, if any scout has any online sales. So if you just want to go there and just kind of play around and see what is available. Your login is going to look like this. Again, we're going to supply you on the pink sheet is your username and password. And before we leave this evening, I would like everybody to log in to that one and the High Adventure Gear to make sure that you can get in, you know what it looks like, so we can help you. Or not we, sure. Lorian. Eric can help you
Then
on that one.
High Adventure, the login.
When, yeah, I was going to get to that. I will tell you now, but I will also tell you again later. The High Adventure gear, it's the same login and password as your Trails End. If you would like to change your Trails End, you can. Username and password. High Adventure gear, login, a username cannot be changed, but your password can. I would suggest that you keep them the same, so you're not going, oh man, which password did I use? It's just, if you are a colonel for a pack and a troop, or a crew and a troop, they each will have, on Trails End, you will be given the option. Which one do you want to go to? On High Adventure gear, you're going to have to sign in individually. Each one will have its own, you have to go to each unit. Okay, if for some reason you didn't have a login, we'll get those out to the unit colonels by September 16th. Okay, so you've logged on, and you will notice that it has the troop number, so you know that you are on your unit home page on there. And you will go up to the top under orders, and we do only take orders. We don't do show and sell. And then to get each scout's online order, I'll show that a little later, but you would go under the next tab that says Scouts, under that one. Okay. When you place your unit order, if you don't remember anything else, please remember this. You order by the box or the bag. It calculates how many cartons or how many cases that you need. So when you go to that colored bar there, all you have to do says, I want 8 boxes of microwave light popcorn. You don't have to worry how many boxes are in a case and try to figure out I need so many cases and so many single units. You put the single unit in there and it will figure it out for you. Any questions?
Is that what that is on the left-hand side, the 1 semicolon 1, that means that's 1 piece?
Right, 1 for what?
And then 1 to 8 for pretzels, there's 8 bags to 1 case.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is how it looks online?
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't this automatically populate for you after you enter in everybody's thing? Doesn't this number already populate in there? Or it already populates the cases, and then if you have to, you just put the case.
So like if you need 13 bags of popping corn, you put 13 in here, and it'll come over here and say 1 case and 1 container.
Is that different than last year then?
No.
Because I never put anything in there last year. The numbers were already there.
It's just going to make it much, unless, did you use the, what was the website that?
You entered your Boy Scouts, the Scouts, what they order, yeah, that's what I do. I enter the Boys'
I
name and then what
enter
their order is.
all their orders,
And then it comes out.
and it comes out by itself.
Yeah,
You don't
it
even
does.
have to worry
There is
about
a program on there, but I don't think too many of them knew about it.
Because I'm like, I never put anything on that page.
But you want to make sure when you submit this order that that's what you have for your count, because that's what, when you submit your hard copy to the scout office, that's what they're going to order for you. I know some units last year had, they were like, well, this isn't what we ordered. Well, what they submitted to Trails In and what they submitted on their hard copy were 2 different things. So if you just want to make sure that what's on your hard copy is what is on your sheet here to match up. Otherwise, we're going to have to order more popcorn, and then the expense is going to come from you instead of...
And I do talk about that a little later in some of why we submit hard copies. So you were using your trailsin.com to its fullest, in that you're using the boys and putting them in per boy. Good job. Again, you can check online orders on there. This is what it's going to look like. And now I am ready for Bob with the High Adventure. We have a little video. Technical.
Bob from High Adventure was here over Popcorn University, and when he was here, he kind of explained some of the situations, what caused the problem last year, why some of the prizes were delayed, some of the gift cards were delayed and things. So we'll show that video because we recorded him. We could only get him the one weekend, and so if you have any questions after that, then we'll answer them. But hopefully he can answer all your questions.
And he does go through how to order through him, but I also will do mine. And
Let me do it this way. Which one?
The essay and
This one?
the only good. I said the only good. So Eric, if you want to tell them what these are, you want me to? You know what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. My name is Bob Baranovic, and I'm with High Adventure Gear. We're the company that the council has chosen to provide the prizes for the popcorn sale. I'd like to thank Eric for inviting me out here today. I came with two young men who are out showing some of the prizes to your scouts. Both of them are Eagle Scouts. One of them is my son, and one of my partner's sons is with him also. They both started out as Tiger Cubs, and they're now starting their sophomore years in college at Creighton and Northwestern University, respectively. So they're still involved in the program. They're still venturers, although they don't get to do too much through the school year. They're working on getting into some organizations related to scouting at their respective colleges. But I am a former Scoutmaster. I have been to the National Jamboree as an Assistant Scoutmaster in 2010 and a Scoutmaster in 2013. I'm very active with the council in the district. And I don't tell you these things to be braggadocious, but I want you to know how committed we are to the program. The three of us that started High Adventure Gear are all Scoutmasters. They have the same type of credentials with one of them with a different unit, and one of them with my unit back home. So we're very committed to the program. We believe in what you're doing here. Some of the things that we were talking about earlier with why we do the popcorn sale, not only about budgeting, but I think it's a great tool to get these young scouts, Cubs especially, to talk to people, to communicate, to learn how to go out in public. Also with the Boy Scouts, we're talking about getting the Boy Scouts motivated. There is a salesmanship merit badge and an entrepreneurship merit badge that dovetails really nicely with the popcorn sale. So there are things that you can incorporate in your units to make this sale not only related to earning money and earning prizes, but also to the things that we believe in with the Boy Scouts. So we started 2 years ago. We felt like in our Greater St. Louis Area Council that the council was getting overcharged for prizes, and we thought we could do better. So we started this 2 years ago. The first year we just did the Greater St. Louis Area Council, and right across the river from us in Illinois in the Belleville area is the Lewis and Clark Council. We started that. Last year we opened it up a little bit larger, and Overland Trails Council came in, and we're happy to be working with you guys again this year. So what I was going to do today, we do have some of the prizes out there that we're showing some of the scouts, and I'll bring some of those things back over here before you guys break up. But we wanted to go through, Eric had asked me to go through just the ordering process for the prizes. Now, my high school speech teacher always told me not to start out a speech by apologizing to your audience for your inadequacy. So I'll start out by apologizing to my high school speech teacher for not taking her advice. I am not the most tech-savvy person in the world here. So, but I think this ordering process is pretty painless. And those of you that went through it last year, maybe you'll have some comments about that at the end. But it was easy? Good. Well, we're hoping that will be the case again this year for you guys. So, Scout Toys, scouttoys.com is the website, and when you go to that, you can either type in all this other stuff, or you can go in from that homepage and log into your account from there. So just walking through the profile, Eric, we have set it up so that you guys have the same username and password for Scout Toys as you do for the trails-n.com. So ordering the popcorn and ordering the prizes, you'll have the same username and password. Now, that username for all of you, I believe, was just your email address. Okay, so I don't believe that anybody had anything other than their email address.
It could, more than likely, it's if you weren't the colonel last year, it's last year's colonel to start with. So
okay. Well, and we can work that out. We can still go in and adjust those. What we'd have to do, Eric, is if you send me that list, we'll have to delete that person because, as you said, we can't change usernames. So we'd have to delete that one and put in a new one, but we can take care of that later. All right. So when you go into that profile page, everything should be logged in. So you put in your username and your password, and Eric will give you those. You can update your information there, although it should all be updated with the information that Eric sent us. So verify all your information is correct, make any necessary changes. At the bottom of the page, and we'll scroll down here on the next slide, update profile. If you don't do that, it's not going to update any of it. So you have to click the update profile at the end of the page before you close out of that. Please note that PO Box are accepted. So if you got it, but we can't ship to a PO Box. So in black letters, Jason, who made it so that they are not accepted. That's not true. If you put one in, it'll accept it, but we won't be able to send you anything. So somebody will be contacting you to get a physical address so we can ship UPS to you. All right. So if you are the popcorn kernel for both the pack and the troop, or the troop and the crew, or any variety thereof, you will have to, when you're done updating information and placing an order, you can go back in and just change these two things to the troop number and the word troop or crew, whatever, change it and put it in again. You'll have the same username and everything, but you will have to order 2 separate times for 2 separate units. All right? Does that make sense, everybody? When you roll over order prizes from your mouse, it'll list the prizes that you can order from. We don't have that information loaded in for each council yet, but that will be in there so that when you go to that, you'll be able to see it. When you click on the number of scouts that are selling, that will auto-generate the number of patches. There's not a place for you to order patches. If you say 28 scouts sold popcorn, you will get 28 patches. There is not a separate ordering spot for patches. You need to put in what you sold, and it will populate down here into the total revenue of the sale. And that just helps the council with getting the right prizes and the right number of prizes. Okay? The quantity for each prize that you've ordered. You can save that information in there for 72 hours. If you have not gone to the bottom of the page and clicked Submit Order, you will lose all that information and have to put it in again. All right? So if you started and then somebody else comes up to you and says, I want to change this prize to that prize, or somebody else comes in with an order, or you want to get started early, you only have 72 hours to update that information, and which time it'll go away. If you come back in less than 72 hours, you want to change something, you can then hit the Submit Order bar and it'll be fine. So you update your cart and then hit Submit the Order. Upon completion, you'll get an email from us saying that your order was accepted and it'll list everything that was in your order. We'll try to keep you abreast of what's going on. You know, you have, today is the first day that you can order prizes. What day was it? November 9th, November 11th, whatever date that you have to get your orders. November 4th, thank you. You know, a week or so ahead of time, we'll let you know with an email that you have 1 week to submit your popcorn prize order. You'll get those periodically from us. Okay? So that just had the next little bit of the page there. So you get an email like this when your order has been submitted. And if you need any assistance, we're available to you by email or telephone. This information will all be sent to you, popcorn kernels also, and I'll leave a copy of the PowerPoint with you, Eric, if you have any reason to show it again, you can do that. But we'll be there to assist you along the way. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Did we weed out the problem with the gift card?
Yeah, the gift cards were very problematic for us last year. Those of you who were with us last year, we had no idea of the number of gift cards that were going to be ordered. And for us, being a smaller startup company, we did not have the deep pockets to come out with all the cash up front for all those gift cards. If you look at what's being sold this year, the bonus prizes up at the top are where you have the Walmart and Amazon gift cards. Fortunately for us, those are not our monkey, the bonus prizes. Those will be coming from the council directly. Other than that, there are some prizes, and the council has been gracious enough to work with us on getting the funds for the purchasing of those gift cards. So, I do have to apologize. You guys that were here last year, you know our warts. The gift cards were a tremendous burden on us that we did not. I did not foresee so many kids picking gift cards over some of what we thought were the pretty cool prizes we had. So that's the answer to that question. We do have some things in place to try to get the gift cards taken care of in a more timely fashion. And my apologies go out to all of you who had to deal with the people asking, "Where's my this? Where's my that?" And different units. They may have gotten a partial shipment of prizes, and the gift cards were coming later, just because a couple of things. Besides the tremendous amount of upfront cash that had to be put out for those gift cards, I didn't realize either that with the Patriot Act, there are a lot of limitations in how many gift cards we could purchase at one time, and they would only ship us. Amazon would only ship us gift cards after the other gift cards had been ordered, sent, signed for, and only then could we order additional gift cards. So there were a lot of things that, again, that whole be prepared thing. We take full responsibility that we were not prepared for some of the things that happened with the gift cards last year. So. Yes, sir.
Our prizes, not just the gift cards, our prizes were very late as well. Can you speak to that? What you've done to remedy that as well?
Well, I'm not sure, to tell you the truth, why, what the problem was with the gift cards. I will say that we had a hold up with some of the flashlights in that we had to order. Again, we're trying to predict here what kids are going to like, and making sure we have enough. What we committed to doing last year was, and we've done it again this year, is taking whatever you guys sold, whatever prizes in those prize ranges you had last year, and having 120% of those. Some of them were just really, really popular. I mean, we know that knives and flashlights, every scout loves knives and flashlights, and we thought we had enough of those in-house. We didn't on the flashlights and had to make a second order. The real problem there was that the prizes came over, that was then coming over around Christmas time, because these we purchased from China and were having brought over. They came over around Christmas time when everything else in the world was coming over. Also, there was a strike, a longshoreman strike, and for some reason, because of the lithium batteries in them, they got pulled at customs and sat there over Christmas for like 2.5 weeks. And again, this is our problem, it's not yours. But I want to explain to you, since you asked, why, what some of the delays were.
But you have plans in place this year to...
We do.
Mitigate. We don't have the same problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
even with the gift cards.
Yeah. With the prizes, we have what we believe to be an adequate store of them, in-house, in the warehouse now, and some more things that are coming. With the gift cards, we are working with the council on getting those the gift cards payments to where we can order them in a more timely fashion.
We will order all the gift cards, and they will be shipped directly to you. So nothing will come from High Adventure Gear with regards to the gift cards. So you will receive a separate shipment. I don't know if ours will arrive at the same time as theirs, before theirs, after theirs, but our goal as a council is to hopefully have those in your hands a week after we get all the orders. And the key for them as well as us is we've got to have everybody's orders. So if 1 or 2 units delay the orders, it delays everything, because it really gets difficult for us, because we need to place we need to approve all the orders all at once. We can't just approve 1 or 2 units. So that's really critical for you guys. I understand things happen, but if you are delayed, that means you're holding up the entire council. So it's really critical for you guys to get your stuff. And as soon as your stuff is done, we're going to place the gift card orders and we're going to ship them out to you. We're getting locally through one of the Walmart, we're going to get Walmart's directly through them. Amazon will have to go online and order, and then Scout gift card we handle internally. So, barring any unforeseen circumstances, again, you never know what's going to happen, but our goal is to make sure that you guys have those, in a fairly timely fashion.
Do you still have the Patriot Act limitations that they did?
We don't, well, we do, but we don't order, how many gift cards do you guys order?
We ordered $600,000 worth of gift
cards. Yeah, we're talking maybe 15,000, so it's not, so we won't have those issues because we don't order enough.
Yeah. And again, it was,
well, it's demotivating the scouts if they, so that's my concern.
Yeah.
I want to, when I talk to the parents, I want to say, I understand you were frustrated last year. Here's how these groups are addressing it, and here's how I can tell you we're going to get the prizes on time this year. I don't want to get burned. I'm the face of this for our unit. So.
And I think, I don't want to speak for Bob, but, I think our goal is, again, to get you guys everything as timely and managed as we can, but realize, and we're going to tell you, there's things out of our control. I know last year with the tablets they had, the company sent the wrong tablet to them. And so then, but again, that's not your problem, but realize that we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that if anything happens, we're going to tell you it's not our fault. Hey, it's out of our control, but we're going to make sure we do everything to make sure we're doing good for it.
So just a little bit about the prize. You all have the prize sheet there in front of you. What we've tried to do is to have a good mix of camping items to keep scouts motivated with the scouting program, electronic items, with some things that are fun and appropriate, and then toys, because toys. But I have no qualms about saying that if a scout starts as a tiger cub or a wolf or a bear and wants to go to Philmont when they're a second-year Boy Scout, we have equipment here that they could have everything they need to do, to go there. We've got a two-man tent, a sleeping bag, a nice backpack, a hydration pack, pocket knives, flashlights, trekking poles. So, that's one of the things that we wanted to do is to give some items that are scout-specific items. So we think we've got a good mix of prizes again, and some things that will excite them. I know the scouts that are out there under the pavilion that are looking at the prizes, even as we speak, have been very excited about some of the flying toys and the little RC race car that's at the $700 level. So there's some things throughout the whole program that are exciting, but not carnival junk. They're things that will work for them, things that they can have a good time with. So, any other questions for me?
I did want to add that if you look towards the higher end items, we have a lot of scouts that sell that high, but unfortunately, high adventure gear, there's when you get that high, there's only so many scouts that are going to get those things, so it's very difficult for them to purchase iPads in quantities that are going to get any sort of significant discount. So pretty much from the $4,000 level on up, those are all council level generated prizes. So those will again all come directly from the council. So if you have any questions on those, on the prize packages that are in there, talks about like a scout camp package or Worlds of Fun package, things like that. In your Colonel Guide, it explains all the details about what those are, so you can explain those to your boys, because there just unfortunately is not enough space on the flyer to explain everything about them.
So again, if you have any questions, the information that you get from us, the email that we send out that will have your username and password on it, will have information about how to contact us as well. If for any reason your unit decides they want to have some kind of a special bonus prize, or even smaller prizes for the kickoff, we would certainly work with any of you and give you the prices that we give the councils for any of the items that we have on here, or there's quite a few other things that we can talk about if you're interested. All right, thank you very much, Eric. Thank you.
Take back to yours.
Eric said on there about the council-generated ones, those would still be ordered though through the high
They talk. People can't hear very well, so if you'll repeat some of the things when they do ask questions, it would be helpful.
Okay.
You have it doing pretty good, actually.
Okay.
You'll still order gift cards through High Adventure, but the gift cards will come from the council office, along with some of the other prizes here that's listed for the higher end.
All right. The PowerPoint show that he did showing you the slides, that's what I'm going to show you now so you can see them a little bit better. Again, with High Adventure Gear, it is the same username or user ID and password as the Trails End, and you cannot change this username, but you can change the password at High Adventure. So you're going to go to scouttoys.com/myaccount/login. And after you log in, again, the Scout Toys, they've circled that. This is what your username and password screen is going to look like. You will want to update your profile. Even if you are the same popcorn kernel this year as last year, it will still have it will have last year's popcorn kernel in there. You still want to make sure you look at that and that it's updated with the correct addresses, email address. Remember, he said that your P.O. box will be accepted here when you push update my profile, but they cannot ship to a P.O. box. So make sure there is a physical address on there. Again, make sure you've verified all your information. And when you are done, make sure you go to the very bottom and hit update profile. Otherwise, it's not going to do it. When it comes time to place your order there, you want to make sure that information that is in there is correct. If not, you got to go back to the profile thing. When this is the only place, High Adventure Gear ordering is the only place that you're going to be able to order your patches. So if you want patches for your boys, even if you decide to take the cash option, but you still want to get patches for your scouts, this is where you do it. You have to go to the High Adventure Gear and place it there. So the number of scouts that we're selling, that's where you put it, because that's going to generate your patches. And again, it will walk you through it. It's pretty self-explanatory. We are going to log on to that this evening before you leave, so in case you have any problems, we can get you in there. Again, remember that 72-hour thing that Bob was talking about. You got 72 hours to adjust your order if you need to. Otherwise, it goes away, and you got to put it all in again. And then when you are ready, hit place my order. And you'll receive an order confirmation with whatever email address that you put in there. Again, the gift cards were an issue last year. Gift cards you still order them through here, but they will come from the council. So you may get an order from High Adventure Gear, and then you're going to get another order from the council office with the gift cards in there. So they may not come exactly the same time, or they may. The high-end sales, $4,000 and up, those prizes, even though you're going to order them through High Adventure Gear, those are going to come from the council office. And if you need customer service, High Adventure Gear is available for that. You can either email them or phone them. If you also have questions, in the front of your guidebook on page 3, it's going to list your district popcorn kernels, as well as Lori can answer questions. Lisa at the council office is the popcorn person. So whoever answers the phone and you start asking popcorn questions, they will say, oh, wait a minute, let me get Lisa on there. Okay. Any questions with that?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Jim Parrish in North Platte. I just want to be really clear on the issue of the bonus prizes. They still have to be ordered on the same site, is that correct?
Correct. All prizes and the patches are from High Adventure Gear. You order them right there.
Okay, thank you.
And Lynn, just real quick, every unit without exception must submit a price order. So, because they're going to at least need patches. So every unit has to submit a price order, whether you take a cash option or not.
Okay. So whether you do that cash option or you do the prizes, you got to submit a price order. You at least have to put in there how many boys have sold. How many sellers did your unit have?
Look that again.
Go ahead.
If we choose no prizes, they're still eligible for the bonus prizes at the top?
Yes.
So if you take, just to clarify again, we take the cash option, that has no bearing on the bonus prizes whatsoever.
Correct.
Thank you.
So no prizes. You're going to take your unit's going to take the cash option. But I really would suggest checking with your boys. Maybe if your unit always takes the cash option, maybe they would like prizes one time. Okay, so you decide to take the cash option. You're still going to go to High Adventure Gear because that boy who earned the danger encounter, that has to be ordered through High Adventure, and the patches need to be ordered through High Adventure, even though you decided to take cash for the other prizes. Anything else? All right, we will move on. But before we move on, I have one more joke. What do you call a cow with a nervous twitch? And it's not a milkshake. How about beef jerky? That is from the newest Boy's Life. I just got that one today. Okay, forms that we need to submit. Why do I need to submit any forms? Because I've just ordered it online. Well, you still need to submit a few forms. You still have to, if any boy has earned the scholarship, you need to submit that form. And where is that form, you ask again? Well, it's going to be in the back of your guidebook, but it's also going to be at otc-bsa.org/popcorn. So you can get it online.
We have a question.
Now that form, is that only for the scouts that are new, like they're earning the scholarship new? Or is that every time the boys, like if they already have a scholarship, I'm still filling this out?
Yes.
Parents sign it?
Yes.
And then is there a spot to put on there that they already have a scholarship?
No. That would just be picked up when at the council office when you submit that form. And with that scholarship form, it has to have a copy of each order form that the scout has filled out. And if he has any online sales, you will need to print that report and submit it with his scholarship form. And again, he only needs to sell the $2,500 one time. Your unit. Was there a question?
What is the website again to get that form?
It's on the very front of your popcorn kernel guidebook. It's otc-bsa.org/popcorn at the very bottom of your thing. Can't see mine because I have writing all over mine. Okay, your unit master can be like, if your unit master, you can print off on Trails End, correct? That's on Trails End. Or is that? Okay, gotcha. Okay. So that's in the back, your unit master. Let me find the page number because I didn't have that one. Your unit master page number, it doesn't have a page number because all your forms are in the very back of your packet. But this is where you're going to list the boys' names and some people do it in a spreadsheet rather than doing it handwritten, and that is just fine. You can email the council office your spreadsheet on there. And where do I submit them? You say I can submit them electronically. The address that you do is popcorn@otc-bsa.org. That is only for popcorn orders. That is an address that is designated for only popcorn order forms. Don't be sending Dave an email via that or anything because that's not what it's for. If you decide that, I really don't want to email it, I really would like to go visit our council office, they'd love to see you. And you can submit it by dropping it off there. There is an option that you can fax it. At the bottom of my slide, you can fax it. I wouldn't suggest that. One, the line's probably going to be busy, and then how do you know if it has come through clearly, too, so they can read it? Because why do we fill things out in a hard copy? Because we've done it online. Well, the council office really does go through and look at your hard copy versus your what you submitted, your report that you submitted to Trails End. And if there is a discrepancy, they're going to go with the hard copy. Okay? Any questions?
So to clarify, you want both electronic and a hard copy then?
Yes. No, if you email it, let's say you've put it in a spreadsheet, that popcorn master is in a spreadsheet, yes, just email it to the popcorn@otc-bsa. Or if you don't want to do that, print off a hard copy and bring it to the council office or mail it to the council office.
Okay, thank you.
So on page 5 in your kernel guidebooks, it shows you what paperwork needs to be submitted. And if you guys have, as far as the spreadsheet or anything is, with the unit master, they are online. So you can download them from there.
If you like using Excel spreadsheets, on the popcorn page on the council website, there is a Excel spreadsheet that will automatically fill everything in for you. All you do is put the kids' names, their orders, you select the prizes. It's about as automated as it can be. If it could read your mind, it could be a little more automated. But other than that, it's pretty automated. So if you like it, that's a way to use it. There's also a PDF version. If you're not an Excel person but you'd like to type it instead of handwriting, there's a PDF version as well. Otherwise, you certainly can use handwritten or chisel and stone if you need to.
And where is that located again?
On the popcorn page of the council website, otc-bsa.org/popcorn.
And that's on the front of your kernel guide. And what I did on my kernel guide, right after that website, I said all documents here. So I knew that if I needed a document of any sort, that's where I'm going to get it from. Anything else? Alrighty. Things that I want you to do before you leave. I want you to fill out any additional people. Now, I have in my head this is a white sheet, but do they? Yes. Okay. That threw me earlier with the pink sheet, so that's why. You can fill out any committee people that you have on your popcorn committee, and you can write that on there and put their email, and they will also receive information about popcorn. I want you to start thinking about and taking notes of your really awesome, exciting, motivating 30-minute kickoff, popcorn kickoff. Talk to your neighbor about that too, because there's some networking is a really great way to get ideas. So we do have some samples of popcorn that you can share. So the boys can say, I really did try some of that microwave popcorn, and it's really good, and you'll want to buy 6 boxes of that because it'll go fast. Pick up your unit popcorn packets, and in there it will be the Scout order sheets. There are 2 order sheets per packet, and the prize thing is in there too. And make sure that you have signed your and updated your unit colonel contract. That is the pink sheet. Is that the pink sheet?
No, the white sheet is the
white. Okay.
And they need to turn that in before they leave at each side. That's the only way
Turn
to
it
know
in. Turn it in before you leave, popcorn kernels, because that's the only way that we know that you have been here. That's our attendance record, and that's going to get you your extra 4%. Also in your, let's go through this guidebook real quick, and I know that we have gone through some of it already. The first page, again, at the bottom is going to have that popcorn website that you can get all your documents at. The next page was a letter from Lori, who's our council popcorn colonel. One thing in the, the 4th paragraph that starts out in 2013, some of the statistics there, it's like, oh my gosh, us out here in Little Nebraska have earned some awards. The highest overall sales based on the same size council. Highest per unit average of $6,053 over similar sized councils. It's like, oh my gosh. And we're the 2nd highest per unit average in the nation out here in Nebraska. And it was only Evansville, Indiana. They had 6,300, and we had 6,000 per unit. We did good, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's get to our 1 million club. Okay, page 3 is going to have your district colonels. Tells you again about our council office, high adventure gear, where to order your toys, the trail's end. Keep going. Page 4 is your timeline, distribution locations. Make sure you sign up for where you want it to pick it up and what time. Top of page 5, paperwork to be submitted. Remember that noon on November 4th. Required paperwork, talks a little bit about the college scholarships. Next page on 6, who's in your unit popcorn committee? What are their responsibilities? What are your primary responsibilities as the colonel? Starting on page 7, talks about the incentive programs. Again, keep those scouts motivated. Motivate those parents to get their scouts out. Got some over ordering, under ordering. Frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions goes a couple pages there. Going over to 10, we've got the popcorn prizes and the bonus prizes that are available. Page 11 gives you details of those prizes that are available. 13 goes over ordering your unit's popcorn. Again, if you have any questions, contact your popcorn colonel. Lori is available, or Lisa up at the Scout office. Remember to check those online sales. Page 14 is about how to order your high adventure gear. Remember, if you decide that you want to take the cash option, you still have to order patches and you still have to order your bonus prizes through high adventure gear. 15 talks about selling. We do take order and online orders. We don't do the show and sell. Safety tips. And then on the back are the forms, some of the forms. Very last, my very last page is the budget. I really suggest that you get with your committee and make a budget if you have for your unit if you haven't already, so you know what your unit needs to sell and break it down per scout. You also have in your book I missed you cards.
Those weren't in the packets, but they are.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry, I missed you cards. You can print those off, and they can, leave it at people. And then we also have thank you for considering your consideration of supporting your local scouting. Those are two things that can be printed off and given to the boys. And I think that's all. Any questions? Lori, you have anything you would like to say? You need to come over here.
I would just like for all of you, since it's Lynn's first year, to thank her for doing this for us.
Oh, yes. Hopefully I didn't put you to sleep. Any questions? Yes.
What about the budget? Last year we had to turn a budget in before we could start selling or
If you're mailing it,
Just one moment, our outside questions. I had a question here. The question was, do we have to fill out a budget and turn it in before we can sell? No. It's that's for your own. That's for your own.
Yes, you did have to turn in a budget last year to get a percentage for your popcorn sales, but quite a few people did not submit a budget, and so we kind of looked at, the popcorn committee kind of looked into this and felt that maybe we needed to do something a little bit different to maybe entice some of the colonels to attend, and so that's where we're offering the 4% sales percent for you for the colonels attending the meeting. If your colonels did not attend, you will not get the 4% incentive.
That's why it's very important to fill out those forms and turn them in tonight before you leave, so we know who's here.
A budget is still recommended.
And I really would recommend a budget so you know, so you can break it down per boy. We really want our scouts to sell $750, so we can go and tell them why. So we can go to the zoo this year, or we can go to South Dakota, whatever.
Because as you can see on your budget on the last page, it's like $69,439 that this troop needed for their activities for the year. And they broke it down per boy that they had in their unit and needed $1,157. So they kind of broke that down to say that that's how much that they would like to see for each boy to, sell.
And as a colonel on your kickoff, it's very appropriate. You've got those parents there, you've got the boys, to go to the boys and to the parents and say, we've got this planned, the troop buys your book every year, the troop buys your advancement stuff every year. This is how much it costs us to run our unit. And so you parents, I'm sure you don't want us to ask you, for $300 to help the unit run. Let's go out and sell $300 in popcorn or, whatever. So I think it's very appropriate to say, this is why we need the money. And you're not going to know that unless you make a budget or, have it written someplace.
I have one more question. Last year, we had guns or something, so whoever sold $600 got
That's where we went with the $10 Scout buck.
Okay, the question was, for those satellite people, that there's not a dart gun anymore for the $600 level. Okay, Lori.
If you look in your Colonel Guide, it shows on one of the bonus prizes, and it was on the thing for, on this slide too, that, because it basically averaged out that those guns were about $10 a piece. So we decided to kind of give back to our local council to maybe, instead of using those guns, who probably some of them, a lot of the Boy Scouts didn't feel that it was appropriate for them. We gave them the opportunity to be able to use this Scout dollars at the Scout shop to maybe buy things that they could use for camping or things like that.
And they have to sell what?
750.
Okay, so if they sell like 600, they don't get it.
No.
Okay, it's $10. Okay.
Yes. And as I've been told, if Eric corrects me if I'm wrong, between September 1st and December 31st, if you order anything through the Scout shop, it's free shipping. That's what Dave told me.
If Dave told you, then that's true. So, I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So if you, yes.
Question on the prices. I cannot remember from last year. If we have a scout who sells 700, is it just out of the 700 group he gets a prize, or can he combine? Does he get one from each? I can't remember.
The question here was that if a Scout sells $700 worth of popcorn, does he get more than one prize? No, he doesn't. He can pick from the $700 group or below, but he doesn't get from multiple different levels.
All right, and I think we had some questions from our satellite, so go ahead.
You have to mail the hard copy. Does it have to be in there by the 4th of November?
Yes.
Or
So anybody west of Lexington's going to have to mail it on Thursday before that.
Or email it.
Or you can email it.
Email it, mail it, drop it off, fax it. And this is not new. This isn't a new thing.
It needs to be received in the council office
By noon.
by noon on the 4th.
Because we have like a three-day window in which to check all the orders and place the orders, so we can
Okay.
get them on time.
So we only have like a 3-day period to go over all your orders to make sure everything is jives, equals, and for us to place our council order. So that's why it's very important that if you're going to mail it, it needs to be there by noon on the 4th. Anything else?
For the 4% increase from Valentine, it most definitely was appreciated to offer it satellite so we didn't have to drive 100 plus miles to get to one of these things. So it was a plus on our part.
You don't know. The only reason that we did that is because you guys are going to have to host this next year, and so you guys have to flip a coin to decide who's going to do this training. So
I can give you the PowerPoint show. You just have to update it a little.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe I'll take a road trip.
Any other questions?
I guess I just want to say on behalf of the council, sorry, good in the view.
Yeah,
I
right
just,
here.
Lynn said I could have 1 minute, so that's what I'm going to take.
You got to come.
Oh, I got to come clear over here?
Yeah,
Okay.
see yourself back
Oh,
there.
I see myself. Hi. On behalf of the council, I just want to say thank you guys all for your dedication and time as volunteers to this cause, because it really is important in the lives of your boys to help ensure that they have the financial resources to have a quality program. And without each one of you coming here or at your location and doing this, it would sure make having a good quality sale a lot more difficult. And I think Lori has, correct me if I'm wrong, has conned me into saying if we reach $1 million that we're going to shave my head or dye my head or something like
We're
that.
We're going to shave it.
Shave it. So
sell.
So go out there and sell. Yeah. So I definitely encourage you to do that. So again, thank you.
It was 800.
Almost 900,000.
Yeah.
on page 2 in her letter.
Yeah. We were short $286,694. So if we hit $1 million, we can shave Eric's head.
Find a public location. And
Maybe we'll go to Valentine.
Everybody can have a chance to do a little bit.
Again, thank you everybody for coming. I thought that this worked out good too. And pick up your samples and make sure we have your forms that you need to submit to us tonight. If you and has everybody tried to log in?
Yes.
If they haven't had a chance to log in, I encourage you to log in. We've got a couple computers out here if you'd like to try. We just want to make sure that everybody's working before you leave.
I'll do it on here. I mean, this doesn't really show.
So for those that are here, we've got all your stuff.
For me to mail those, I got over at the post office for my office.
I'll just put them in the mail tomorrow.
Okay.
And, because I want to catch up with Ann, because of course she's working tonight, so
Okay.
I'll catch up with her after work.
I'll just give those to the little boys.
Okay.
They're boys for the big boys.
Here, I better.
Yeah, just take it with that one. So we have to worry about it mounting between us.
Yeah, that was kind of difficult, because they were talking to Jim last night. We met at Walmart, didn't talk to him till it was all about half melted, so. It's gonna be one of them, they're just one big bite. Yeah.
Grandkids out of town too, you know.
Looks like it's on.
Better take that into the house, they'll probably be gone.
And so, I think I'll just dump it all in the recycle bin. Oh,
Don't do that. You're off. You're fine, just close the lid.
yeah, should.
Don't let,
Kirby did.
yeah.
You'll never know.
Don't send